Today isn't just another summer day. Across the country, people are waking up to a morning that feels different, heavier, more intense, and filled with a sense of uncertainty. The air itself seems to shimmer with anticipation, as if nature is warning us to pay attention. The weather across the United States is both rare and dangerous. It's not often that we see such a powerful combination of extreme conditions stretching from coast to coast. From the northern plains down to the Atlantic, millions are waking up to big risks. People everywhere are checking their phones, watching the skies, and wondering what the day will bring. Severe storms and record-breaking heat are combining to make this a day that stands out in the memory. It's a rare event when two such powerful forces collide, creating a situation that's both unpredictable and dangerous. Why is today so unusual? Meteorologists are calling it a once-in-a-decade event, with weather patterns that don't usually overlap now happening at the same time. Rarely do we see both powerful storms and extreme heat affecting so many states at once. This widespread impact means that millions of people are facing threats from both the sky above and the heat all around. It's not just the usual summer thunderstorm. These storms are stronger, faster, and more unpredictable, bringing with them the risk of flash floods, dangerous lightning, and damaging winds. The entire weather pattern is out of balance. Satellite images show swirling systems that are moving in unusual ways, making it hard for experts to predict exactly what will happen next. Many families and cities haven't experienced this mix in years. For some, it brings back memories of past disasters, while for others, it's a completely new and unsettling experience. The National Weather Service has already issued alerts in more than a dozen states. These warnings are serious, urging people to stay informed and be ready to act quickly if conditions worsen. Forecasters are warning that some places could see tornadoes, large hail, and winds strong enough to knock down trees and power lines. The threat is real, and it's important not to underestimate the power of these storms. At the same time, the heat is soaring to record levels, making it dangerous to be outside for too long. Heat exhaustion and dehydration are real risks, especially for children, the elderly, and those without access to air conditioning. This combination means that today, everyone needs to pay extra attention. It's a day to check on neighbors, prepare emergency supplies, and make sure you have a plan in case the weather takes a sudden turn. Whether you're in the path of a storm or feeling the heat, it's a day to be careful, stay safe, stay informed, and remember that today's weather is unlike anything we've seen in a long time. Today, the nation faces a heightened threat from severe storms, with meteorologists closely monitoring two main zones at greatest risk. These areas have been identified based on current weather models, atmospheric instability, and recent storm patterns. Let's break down exactly where these danger zones are located and who needs to stay especially alert as the situation develops. Staying informed is crucial, as conditions can change rapidly. The first high-risk area stretches across the vast northern plains, where powerful storm systems are already brewing and moving quickly. This zone covers much of North Dakota, extends into parts of South Dakota, and reaches eastward into Minnesota, putting a large swath of the region on alert. Major cities like Fargo, Minneapolis, and Bismarck are right in the heart of this threat zone, where residents should expect rapidly changing weather and potentially dangerous conditions. These communities could experience the most intense storms of the day, including frequent lightning, torrential rain, and strong winds that could disrupt travel and daily life. The second zone of concern is further east, centered on Virginia, and stretching into parts of Maryland and the Washington D.C. metro area, where atmospheric conditions are also primed for severe weather. Cities like Richmond, Virginia Beach, and even the nation's capital could see strong storms later today, with the potential for flash flooding and damaging winds. If you live in or near these highlighted regions, now is the time to check local forecasts, review your emergency plans, and make sure you have supplies ready in case severe weather strikes. These storms are not your typical summer showers. They could bring large hail, flash flooding, and winds strong enough to cause property damage or power outages. Even if you're outside these main risk zones, other states across the Midwest and East Coast may still see strong storms, so it's wise to stay weather aware wherever you are. But for today, these two regions stand out as having the highest risk for tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds. Stay safe, stay informed, and be prepared for rapidly changing conditions. Severe storms can bring many different dangers. Today, tornadoes are possible in both the northern and eastern risk zones. While the chance is not extremely high, it's enough to worry weather experts. Large hail is another big concern. Some places could see hail the size of golf balls. This can smash car windows, damage roofs, and hurt anyone caught outside. If you hear thunder, it's time to move indoors. Damaging winds are also likely. Gusts could reach 60 to 70 miles per hour. Winds this strong can knock down trees, snap power lines, and make driving dangerous, especially for trucks and high-profile vehicles. The setup involves warm, humid air meeting a cold front moving in from Canada. That's a recipe for trouble. If you hear a tornado warning or see dark, fast-moving clouds, take cover right away. While some watch the skies for storms, others are facing blistering heat. Heat advisories cover 8 states and Washington, D.C. Records could fall in many places. The affected states include Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Washington, D.C. is also under a heat alert. Big cities like Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, New Orleans, Miami, and Birmingham are all included. Temperatures in many of these areas will soar into the upper 90s and even low 100s. With humidity, the feels-like temperature could rise to 110 degrees or more. Even at night, it may not cool down much. If you live in these states or DC, take the heat seriously. It's not just uncomfortable, it can be dangerous and even deadly if people don't take the right steps to stay cool. Today's weather isn't just about maps and warnings, it's about the real impact on our daily lives, our routines, and our communities. Real people are in the danger zone, millions of them, going about their day, often unaware of just how quickly conditions can change. The National Weather Service estimates that over 50 million Americans are currently under some kind of severe weather or heat alert. That's 1 out of every 6 people in the country, all facing the threat of dangerous storms or extreme heat. In the northern plains, about 8 million people are at risk from severe storms. These are fast-moving systems that can bring damaging winds, hail, and even tornadoes. That includes cities like Minneapolis, with a population over 400,000, where people are being urged to stay alert and have a plan in place. Smaller cities like Fargo, Grand Forks, and Bismarck are also in the path of these storms, reminding us that severe weather doesn't just target big cities, it can hit anywhere. Schools, businesses, and homes here need to be ready to take shelter if storms hit. Emergency plans are being reviewed and families are making sure they have supplies on hand. In the east, another 10 million people are in the storm risk zone, where heavy rain and strong winds could disrupt travel, power, and daily life. Washington, D.C., with over 700,000 people, is included in these warnings, along with Richmond and Virginia Beach, both cities where residents are being told to prepare for rapidly changing weather conditions. The heat advisories in the south and along the east coast cover more than 30 million people, stretching from major cities to small towns, and putting vulnerable groups like the elderly and children at particular risk. Everyone from city dwellers to rural communities is affected. Farmers working in the fields, families seeking shade, and workers braving the heat. If you're listening to this, there's a good chance you or someone you know is in one of these warning zones. Stay informed, check alerts, and make sure you're ready for whatever the weather brings. Heat can be just as deadly as a storm if people aren't careful. It's important to know how to protect yourself and others. Here are some simple tips everyone should follow today. First, stay inside during the hottest part of the day if you can. Use fans or air conditioning to keep cool. If you must work outside, take frequent breaks and wear light-colored clothing. Drink plenty of water, even if you don't feel thirsty. Avoid drinks with caffeine or alcohol. They can make you lose more water. Check on older neighbors, young children, and anyone who might not have air conditioning. And don't forget about pets. Make sure animals have shade and lots of water. Never leave kids or pets in a car, even for a few minutes. Cars heat up fast and can be deadly in hot weather. Storms will develop at different times in each region today. In the northern plains, storms could start to pop up as early as the late afternoon. The worst is likely between 5 p.m. and midnight. If you live in Fargo or Minneapolis, be alert during dinner and into the night. In the Virginia and D.C. area, storms may arrive a bit later. Look for the strongest weather between 7 p.m. and midnight. These storms could bring heavy rain, strong winds, and even a tornado or two. Power outages are possible, especially if big trees come down. Watch for alerts on your phone or local news. Sometimes storms can move faster or slower than predicted. Stay inside when thunder roars. If you lose power, keep your phone charged and use flashlights instead of candles. After midnight, most storms will move out, but some areas could see more rain or storms early tomorrow. Keep an eye out until the weather clears. Not everywhere is facing storms or heat. In Kentucky, a thick fog has settled in this morning. The National Weather Service has issued a fog advisory for much of the state. This type of weather can make driving very dangerous. Fog reduces visibility, sometimes to less than a quarter mile. That means drivers may not see cars, bikes, or even stop signs until it's almost too late. Schools and early commuters should take it slow and use headlights. If you live in Kentucky or are traveling through the area, allow extra time for your morning drive. Accidents are more likely when fog is thick. Be patient and keep a safe distance from the car in front of you. As the sun rises, the fog will lift, but until then, think safety first on the roads. Staying safe today means staying alert. The best way to avoid trouble is to know what's coming and plan ahead. Here are a few things everyone should do. First, check your local weather alerts often. Download a weather app or keep your phone nearby. If a warning is issued, take it seriously and act fast. Have a safe place in mind if storms or tornadoes come your way. Don't leave pets or people in cars, not even for a minute. Make sure your neighbors and family know about the risks, especially those who might need extra help. Charge your devices in case you lose power. Plan your day around the weather. If you can, get errands done early and stay home during the worst heat or storms. Look out for each other. Today is a day to be cautious and caring. Today, much of America faces a double threat. Both severe storms and dangerous heat are affecting millions from the Great Plains to the East Coast. This is a rare and serious weather day. Storms could bring tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds to the Dakotas, Minnesota, Virginia, and D.C. At the same time, 8 states and the nation's capital are dealing with record-breaking heat. Foggy mornings add another danger in Kentucky. The most important thing is to stay weather-aware. Check alerts, take warnings seriously, and help those around you. If we all look out for each other, we can get through this rare weather day safely. Stay safe, stay cool, and keep an eye on the sky.